Hi, and welcome to UCTV Sports. I'm Johnathan Delskey, and this is episode 4 of my show, The October Classic. We'll give weekly updates on the postseason bracket and the march to the championship. We had an exciting last week in Major League Baseball, so let's just hop right into it. So the last time we left off, the Los Angeles Dodgers had just taken a 3-0 lead against the Milwaukee Brewers. It was not looking too good for Milwaukee, and the Dodgers completed the sweep 5-1, but at least they completed a sweep in probably the most entertaining way possible, with possibly, in my opinion, the greatest postseason performance of all time by Shohei Ohtani. He's been waiting to have his big postseason moment, and he definitely did that. So Shohei Ohtani, the batter, he went 3 for 3 with 3 home runs, and then he was just. You're giving the pitcher run support, you like to see that, but in this case, he was giving himself run support, as Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher, went 6 scoreless innings, striking out 10 batters, and only giving up 2 hits. So just an absolutely unreal performance from Shohei Ohtani. 3 home runs on one side, 10 strikeouts, and 6 scoreless innings on the other side. He hit more home runs than he gave up hits, so historic, but the Dodgers get an easy win in Game 4, an easy series win against Milwaukee. Then over to the American League, where things are a lot more exciting. We left off after the series was tied 2-2. Seattle won the pivotal Game 5 6-2 to take a 3-2 series lead. They would just get one win away from making their first ever championship series. Bryce Miller threw 4 solid innings of 1-run ball, and the bullpen the rest of the way only gave up 1 run. Cavalli hit another home run, so he keeps slugging. Then Eugenio Suarez continued his big postseason performance, hitting 2 home runs and driving in 5. So then we made our way back north of the border for Game 6, with Toronto, the back against the wall, needing to win these last 2 games at home to keep their season alive. And in Game 6, they reversed the script. They won. They were the ones who won 6-2. Seattle's Logan Gilbert did not have a good outing. He gave up 4 runs in just 4 innings. Then for the Jays, Trey Yesavage had a nice comeback outing after getting hit around his last time out, giving up 2 runs in 5 2/3 inning, with the bullpen going scoreless the rest of the way. Then offensively for the Blue Jays, it was Vlad. He had a solo home run, keeping up his amazing postseason, and then Anthony Barger hit a home run and drove in 3 runs. So that set the stage for an electric Game 7 the next day, still in Toronto. For the pitching matchup, it was George Kirby versus Shane Bieber. So, not ace versus ace, probably a pretty equal pitching matchup, like a number 3 rotation guy versus another third in the rotation guy about. This Game 7 had everything you could hope for as a non-partisan sports fan. So Josh Naylor got the scoring started for the Mariners with an RBI in the top of the first inning, but in the bottom of that same inning, the Blue Jays quickly answered with a Dalton Varsho RBI. Then over the course of the next couple innings, the Mariners grabbed a 3-1 lead following solo home runs by Julio Rodriguez and Cavalli. So when the starters needed to come out, they certainly did for Seattle. So then the real drama in the game comes. Brian Wu came in for relief. He's usually a very solid pitcher, but he left runners on second and third with 1 out for Eduardo Bizardo, with George Springer on the plate. There was a very controversial decision by the Blue Jays manager to not walk George Springer and load the bases to face the next hitter, Nathan Lukes, who was 0 for 3 at that point. And so George Springer came up, his team season on the line, down by 2. Him is the go-ahead run, and then the tying run on second base. And what does he do? UConn legend George Springer hits a go-ahead 3-run, no doubt home run to give the Blue Jays the lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. His signature moment as a Blue Jay, and probably in his entire career, and he sent the home crowd absolutely insane. It was, as someone who was watching from just a non-partisan standpoint, I was rooting for the Mariners, but I was just happy that we got an I always love big home runs in the postseason. They have a great crowd up in Toronto, so it was really really cool to see that, especially from a guy who went to UConn. And then Chris Bassett and Jeff Hoffman, they each pitched a perfect inning in the eighth and ninth to close out the game, and they ended Seattle's season winning 4-3. They sent the Blue Jays to the first championship series since 1993, so about 32 years since the last time they were there. So some good scenes up in Toronto. You know, they love the Blue Jays up there. So now that sets up the World Series. It is obviously it's Dodgers Blue Jays. I think this will be a very good series. I see the Dodgers look unstoppable, and you know the Blue Jays. You know they proved they went to 7. They're certainly not that same level unstoppable, but the Blue Jays, when they've locked in, they look so good. So I'm expecting this to go to either 6 or 7 games. So game 1, it starts at 8 o'clock this Friday, the 29th, in Toronto, with game 2 at the same time the following day. Then the day after that, on Sunday, it's an off day. Then they travel out to LA, game 3, out in Los Angeles at 8 o'clock Monday, the 27th, and the game 4 is at the same time the next day. So that's just a preview of what is going to be going on in between the time I'm filming this and the time I film the next episode. So when I come back next time, it'll be an update of the first couple of games of that series and to see who has the edge in the merge for the championship. But for now, that's all I have. I'm Johnathan Delskey, UCTV Sports.